There's a lot of buzz going around these days about bacteria drinks, specifically things like kombucha. And I've sort of been brewing my own kombucha for like the last 10 or 12 years now. But to be completely transparent, I haven't touched it in over a year. So I thought I would show what the Scobies look like after a couple years of neglect. But first, kombucha is a bacteria drink. It's loaded with good probiotics. It's got good like effervescent, sort of makes your stomach feel good sort of drink. You can buy it at various stores, but doing too much of it can actually be bad for you too. So I sort of pumped the brakes on making mine a few years ago because I found out I had some candida overgrowth going on in my body, and kombucha was feeding that. But anyways, it's made with something called a Scoby. S-C-O-B-Y stands for symbiotic culture of bacteria and yeast. And you store it in a little mason jar like this. Usually when they're growing every 2 weeks, you get a new Scoby, and it gets to be like an 1/8 inch to a 1/4 inch thick. This one right here is probably about a 1/2 inch thick. And these smaller jars, they don't really grow larger than the jar that they're in. But when I do the actual brewing, it grows in something like this. And as you can see, this Scoby is gross. It's about 3 inches thick and it freaking stinks. It's stinking up my kitchen. I'm getting rid of it. But I thought I would mention that there's two different kinds of kombucha that I know about. There's a kind like here, like this kind right here. It's made with a combination of black tea and sugar. That's your traditional kombucha that most people use and get. But then there's this other kind that's right here that's called a Jun Scoby, J-U-N. So instead of using black tea and sugar, you can use green tea and honey. It's a fermented beverage. It's got a ton of benefits for you. I just thought I would make a quick video showing how Scobies can get out of hand if you leave them alone, if you leave them untreated. And I'm about to cut these things open and figure out how to get rid of them because they're stinking up my kitchen. If you have any questions about kombucha though, again, I have been doing it for like 10 or 12 years, kind of off and on. And I would be happy to answer any questions, so just drop them in the comments and keep smiling.